Is Buhari still alive? Huh? Okay. What's up, guys? Good evening. Welcome to my channel. If you are new to this channel, kindly press the subscribe button. So today I'm going to be talking about why I think either we don't have a president anymore or what Nnamdi Kanu said, that the president is no more alive. Maybe it is true. And the reason is this. You see, since the beginning of this month, June 2020, we have been witnessing a lot of disorderliness in this country. You know, the killing, bandits attacks, the killing and everything has really been increasing since the beginning of this month. That's number one. And nothing that a president should do has been done. The only thing that we have been witnessing as Nigerians has been, the president addressing people on TV, of course, which is a good one, not bad. But the point is, there has been no action. If we talk, a lot of people will be saying, Nigerians are not satisfied. They said the president wasn't addressing them. Now the president is addressing us, but he's not taking action anymore. Like, there's no action. There's no action at all. So, and the reason, what actually prompted me to do this video was when the news came out about the fracas between Aisha Buhari, Aisha Buhari, and one of the president's cousin, Zara, one of the president's cousin, and the president's children, Zara and Yusuf and some other guys. So in short, the number one thing I'm gonna be talking about is that this president nephew, I forgot his name, he flew to Lagos from Abuja to visit his wife who just had a newborn baby, right? And that was when there is a lockdown and a ban on interstate travel. So why was he able to fly to Lagos from Abuja despite that? Like, is he above the law or something? He's not above the law. Even the president wasn't flying anyway. Well, that's number one. Well, I'm not surprised about that. That news came out like 4 days ago, and just yesterday, news came out that Naira Marley also had a concert in Abuja as well. So that means that means all these lockdown and all these things, they are just formalities. That's number one. And secondly, they are making the coronavirus thing in Nigeria look like it is not real. Of course, since the law that you are putting on it is not real, the poor ones don't even believe it is real before. They don't believe it is real, and they don't want to believe it is real. But you are placing all these bans, putting them in giving them protocols, shrinking their activities, shrinking their freedom. And they are trying to conform. Not that they are trying to conform, they can't do anything, especially the people at the lower class of the society. The lower cadre in the society, everybody is conforming. The poor people are conforming, but the rich people are not conforming. The people who are having high status in the society, they're not conforming to this thing. One happened, that was the one that happened in Funke Akindele's residence during her husband's birthday party. I did a video about it, which you can find on my channel, and I explained about why the law doesn't apply to everybody in any country, not just in Nigeria, right? That's number one. But the one in Nigeria, I think it is too obvious. The point is, one thing we people fail to realize is that, there is a saying that Nigerians only violate the law in their country when they go abroad, maybe in UK or somewhere. They comport themselves and they carry themselves well. They don't act like they don't act like they can violate any law and do all the normal gra that we know about Nigerians. They don't do those things abroad and in advanced countries that they used to travel to. But the point is that is because they are not influential there, and they don't know anybody. If they get into any trouble, nobody is going to bail them out. So that is why they are keeping that gentility, not because they are actually gentle. So that is it. It's because, so the people who can violate the law in all these advanced countries also, they exist. They might not be Nigerians, they might be the natives or the locals of such countries. Maybe talking about USA, some Americans can actually violate the law, and they are going to as well be able to um, be able to get out of that trouble illegally. They violated the law and something they are supposed to be fined for or even jailed for at times, and they are going to go scot free with it. That thing is everywhere. So what Nigerians are saying that this thing is all these things are only happening in Nigeria. No, it's not only happening in Nigeria. It's happening everywhere. It happens everywhere. It happens in every group. It happens in every social milieu. In your family, you're going to have you have your father, your mother, you have your siblings, right? There is usually that one person that wherever he goes is where other people follow, right? That person might not be your dad or your mom or your mom, right? And there are some set rules that every household used to have. I'm trying to break that mantra of nobody is above the law. I'm trying to break it down. Some people are, you see, theoretically nobody is above the law, but practically in real life some people are actually above the law, and we Nigerians have to realize that and know what we are going to be paying attention to. A minute. So we Nigerians have to realize that and learn to pay attention to what we're supposed to be paying attention to. Okay, that doesn't mean that we should be giving the people at the upper cadre of the society the freedom to be moving around, but no matter what, at times, if so far we have something else or something better to focus on, we should focus on that instead of trying to battle the nature. Right? So in short, let me finish with my illustration. So you're in your family, and you know at times the things that are wrong, morally wrong, at times, you find your dad doing it, and nobody will be able to say anything. Your mom might not be able to do it and just go scot free with it without her getting scolded by your dad or something like that. But when your dad do such things, nobody will challenge him that, oh, dad, what you have done is wrong. No. And that doesn't exist in African homes alone. It exists everywhere. And not, but what the point I'm trying to make here is that it's not about family or the country. It's about in every social group. A country is a social group. A state is a social group. A class is a social group. A workplace is a social group. In any circle, there are some people who are actually above the law. The point is flashing it to the face of the people and letting them know that we are doing this thing, and we are doing this thing that is illegal, but you are not able to do it just because you don't belong to a class of the society. That is the bad thing about these things. That is the bad thing about it. And that is going to make all these things is going to make the fear of the pandemic or the coronavirus thing to be subdued in each and every individual Nigerians, and everybody will be going about their daily businesses without pushing aside the fact that there's one virus that can kill them out there. Nobody will care anymore. I live in Ibadan, and in Ibadan here, there has never been a total lockdown. Shout out to Sheikh Makinde for doing that. But there has been a 7 to 6 curfew, and now the curfew is now 8 to 5. And this is not actually. That doesn't mean that the virus don't that doesn't mean that the virus is not active during the day and the virus is only active at night. No, it is to keep people on check. If you, let's say, your shop, you have to close by 8 and get home by 9 or by 10, or let me say, or you close by 9 and you get home by 10. Now that you know that there's a curfew at 8 p.m., you'll be closing by 5, closing by 6, get home by 7:30 maximum, or close by 5, get home by 6, 7. Unless you want to be flogged by the soldiers and the Amotekun officials. But with that, it will be on the mind of everyone that there is a curfew, and the reason for the curfew is the COVID-19 pandemic. You will wake up in the morning, and before you go to work, you will make sure that you need to take your nose mask. If you want to use hand glove or whatever, you use it. But the major point is that you'll be able to get things. you'll be able to have that awareness will be on everyone. So that's it. But all this nonsense that we've been doing, well, that's that aside. That's that for the corona pandemic thing. Back to the disorderliness in the country, the fracas that happened between a special advisor to the special advisor to the president and the first lady of this country. It involved a gunshot. Imagine, just an argument led to a gunshot inside the presidential villa. And we said we have a president. The president hasn't been able to do anything about it. People are flying all around despite the interstate ban. The president hasn't been able to do about it. The president's cousin are going everywhere they want. They haven't been. The point is, at this point in time, I can tell you that we don't have a leader in this country. I don't know in the next 1 hour after I recorded this video, but presently there is nothing like someone that is putting this country on check, that is in charge of this country. And all these things is even making me feel it in my body, feeling it in my brain, like everyone is just floating around. Everyone is just floating around, apart from the fact that not anybody. Yes, people are traveling interstate. All this nonsense, the interstate ban. There's nothing like that. People are traveling interstates. Early morning bus travel. Ogbomoso to Lagos 5,000. So all these things. Let's stop fooling each other. Let's stop fooling ourselves. And well, it is what I'm going to say. If you are out there and you have anything that you want to do, maybe you're in Nigeria or you are staying abroad and you have anything to do, maybe you have a job that you want to do in another state, or you have any commitment anyway, I would advise you to carry on. Just carry on. You see, carry on. This country is trash. This country is trash. I don't want to say this country, like presently, everyone is just wandering around, and don't let anybody tie you down. Just carry on and do whatever you want to do. And just make sure you stay safe. But all these don't do interstate travel ban, all these things. Can you imagine? Carry on and do whatever you want to do. Okay, but if you are caught, be ready to face the consequences. I'm not the one that is saying okay, you should be ready to face the consequences if you are caught. But the point is still that if you have the balls, do whatever you want to do. The lockdown is nonsense. The lockdown in Nigeria is nonsense. So if you have anything serious to do that is so dear to you, and there can be consequences for not doing it, but you have accepted to take the hit or bite the bullet during the total lockdown, I am here to tell you now that the lockdown is nonsense. Shutting the economy down is bullshit. So if you have anything to do, go out there and do it. Nobody is in control of this country. This country is everybody is just floating around. Everything is just moving here and there. The country is not even. You see, when the country is on check, when we have a leader, you will feel it. Even in your home, you will feel it. I'm telling you, in your home you will feel it. In your home you will feel it. If a country is, if there is a leader that is putting everything on, that is watching over everything, trying to make sure that everything is okay, you always feel it. I can remember back then that was back then in 2014. Yes, back then in 2014, I was living in Ogbomoso then, and I used to come to Ibadan maybe like every 4 months, every 4 months to 5 months. So whenever I come home, before we used to have all these Igbo smokers in my area, that my family house was a ghetto then, and all these Igbo smokers, all these touts and all these boys, standing by the roadside, calling you, hey, I want to be, trying to bully you all around like that. I'm just, I'm also a stubborn head like that. But the point is, despite that I'm stubborn, I still try as much as possible to avoid their troubles, right? At times I made friends with a lot of them. We all grew up in the same hood, but we went different paths. And all this dominance issue is still, but let me place that aside. The point is that during the Ajimobi's administration, the first 4 years of Ajimobi, I'm going to tell you that all that nonsense, police don't usually come to raid my area. Why? Because it's not an economic. It is not an economic. It's not an economic street. It's the economic activity. The economic activity of that area wasn't booming, and that area is really taken with levity hand by the state government. Has always been taken with levity hand by the state government, right? Only places with good big economic value are paid more attention. Dugbe Ring Road, all these Elebu, Okeado, Agbeni. Even Agbeni gets less attention from the government, I think. Bodija, Songo, and all these places, UI and all the places where the elites of Ibadan usually lives. So they get more attention from the government. Whatever happens there, the government respond immediately. But you are living at Kosodo, you are living at Arimo, you are living at Dojagbu, and that was where our family house is. There's usually police patrol, but we can see that the government wasn't really taking the security of those areas seriously, and that is where the criminals that are terrorizing other places usually abort themselves. But in short, during the first 4 years of Adimobi, all these guys were really checked. Everybody was gentle, everybody was, and it wasn't that. And Operation Boss was the one that was doing was the task force that was doing this that was carrying out that operation of trying to squash crime in Oyo State then. And Operation Boss don't usually come to that area. Don't usually come to my area then. But the point was that that dominance of security, that total eradication of truancy and thuggery all over the states, it's affected everybody and it's touched everybody's spirit. These guys were so gentle, everybody is walking around going about their daily businesses and all these things. Nobody. So that is it. You always feel it in your house if somebody is in control of the country. So if you don't feel it, that means the country is on rampage. So Nigerians, don't fool yourself. If you have anything to do and you have the balls, go out there and do whatever you want to do. Other nonsenses. So that is it. We're looking forward to what is going to. We are looking forward to opening up of the interstate borders. But in case, so that is what I've made this video for. Number one is that, is Buhari still alive? I don't think so. If the president is alive, there is a lot of things that the president should have attended to urgently, and he wasn't doing anything. We don't have any business with the president, but all that nonsense on social media, coming out with all this news, the first lady coming out since they tabled their family issue on social media. We are going to dip our hands into it. So that is it, and that the interstate ban is nonsense. It's crap. People are flying around. So if you have anything, I can't be saying you should be. I'm not saying you should be violating the law, right? But the point is trying to shut this thing down, and there is still, we can see that there is movement. Everybody can see that there is movement. People are going about their businesses. So far, they know the way to go about it, right? While some people are indoors, starving, going through several problems, you're saying. So let's know wherever we are going, anything that wants to happen, whatever. That is it. That's all I want to say. So get some balls if you have anything to do, despite and you are being afraid due to the COVID-19 thing. Carry on and do it and forget that.